Hi. Welcome to our video for our group assignment. Our material is copper. Copper is a chemical element with symbol Cu, from Latin, cuprum, and atomic number 20. Examples of items made from copper: copper wires, copper rod. General properties. Group 11 Period 4. Melting point. Boiling point. Block D. Density. Mechanical properties. Material condition. Bulk modulus. Hardness Vickers. Izod toughness, thermal properties. Latent heat of evaporation. Latent heat of fusion. Linear expansion coefficient. These are the key properties for copper. Here are some trivia and facts on copper. Enjoy reading. Copper is a red-orange metal that darkens to a brown color as it is exposed to air. If it is exposed to air and water, it will form a verdict.
Example of product made of copper. Copper light.
The copper-clad steel is used in automotive industry in terms of the coaxial cables. Material that is been used is the best conductivity of current and it is efficient in electric field. Copper-clad steel comprises of homogeneous. Density is very important to determines the mass. Electrical conductivity is vital for any automobile to move. Tensile strength must be strong so that component in the vehicle won't break easily. Elongation. This slide shows the phase diagram for copper. Shows the microstructure of the copper. At T1, copper is in solution referred as alpha. At T2, the solidification starts and percentage increase. At T3, the solidification ends with the supersaturated solution of copper and the grain-bound.
Electrolysis is a process where copper powder is produced by electroplating with the condition varies to form a loose powdery product rather than a smooth solid layer. The formation of the powder is from the low copper ion concentration and high cathode current density. Finally, the copper powder obtained by this process is very high and good purity material. Hydrometallurgy will increase the mechanical properties of the copper alloy. The copper is precipitate from pregnant solution with hydrogen. The wet copper is dry in a reducing atmosphere, milled and classified and blended to achieve the particle size solid-state reduction. Control the particle size and then followed by gas reduction. The type of gas which is usually used are carbon monoxide and hydrogen. The purity of the product is depend on the quality of the oxide. The product of this powder produced tend to be porous and have high apparent density.
Annealing of copper. Annealing of copper is a process in which copper metal is heated to a particular high temperature, held there for a period of time, and undergo cooling process. Annealing process is at a temperature slightly above the point at which recrystallization occurs. Special furnaces are used and strictly controlled to ensure that the expected changes are taking place. Here are some of the benefits from process of annealing copper.
Process of annealing copper. Involving the diffusion of particles within materials. Rate of cooling is a critical difference between annealing and tempering. Material must be heated sufficiently to allow free movement of particles.
Condition for annealing of copper. Environment in which copper is annealed is critical. Environment free of oxidation and other defect. Carbon-rich environment to facilitate carburization.
Next slide will show the steps of full annealing of copper process.
One. Clean the copper until the surface become bright. 2. Warm the copper up with blow lamp or blowtorch. 3. After it is warm. 4. Put the copper into the furnace and add nitrogen with a small amount of hydrogen. Hold it until the color turns to cherry red. 5. Quickly cool the copper by quenching it into water bath. 6. The annealing image of annealing process of copper.
created using Powtoon.